I know this year has not really been good for a lot of people, especially when it comes to migration. For those who have set their mind on relocating to the UK and they have been unable to achieve that this 2024. But at the same time, there are also some people who have gotten good results. But one of the things I took out from a few people I spoke to recently was they did not just wake up and start planning. They have been trying for some years and it finally came to pass. And a few people as well said they just tried for a few months and they were able to succeed. But one of the things I want you to take out of this video before I go into the main topic is if you have been struggling very hard to move to the UK this 2024 and to no avail, you've tried everything and still no success. This is not when to give up. This is when to re-strategize and to think of what next to do. But I uploaded a video a few weeks ago, and what I found out from that statistics is that when it comes to relocation and maybe migration and so on in Europe, the UK has the highest number of immigrants. So now the requirements to move to the UK is not as tough as other countries. So I would always say that if it is UK that is your dream country, even if it didn't work in 2024, don't give up in 2025. Just re-strategize and see what else you can do. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fajira. If you're seeing this beautiful face for the very first time, I'm so happy to have you all in our beautiful family. For my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate. Thank you as well for always liking and sharing my videos as well. Thank you for all you've done in 2024. If you're new to this channel, I create content on UK immigration, live in the UK, just visa sponsorship in the UK, like everything you can think about the UK. So if you're someone who is interested in such content, please do hit on that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you'll be the first person to see that video. And also do share with your friends and loved ones, those in the UK, those outside UK as well. Now, just as you can see on my screen, changes to legal migration rules for family and work visas in 2024. Now, this is just a summary of all the changes that have taken place in this 2024. Anything outside this, trust me, it's not true. This is from the House of Commons Library. So I got this update. It was published this December. So this is just a breakdown of every changes that have taken place, so that as you move into 20, whatever route you're planning to move to the UK with, you can make your plans towards that, knowing that this is what stands at the moment, especially when it comes to study and work visas. Just as you can see on my screen, answers to some frequently asked questions about immigration changes in 2024, including to the minimum income to sponsor a spouse or partner visa. So any other information outside this publication is not functional. So at the moment, and as we step into 2025, this is what is still on ground until the UK government and maybe Home Office needs to make any further changes. As you can see, on the 4th of December 2023, the Conservative Home Secretary James Cleverly announced some changes to visa rules in what to describe as a 5-point plan to reduce immigration. The Home Office released more information later that month, including some adjustments to what had initially been announced. Now, like I said, that they have made so many changes, and in 2024, these are all the changes they have made until they meet again in 2025 to make further changes. The changes came into force in accordance with 2 sets of revision to the immigration rules released on the 19th February and 14th March. The Labour government, which took office in July 2024, supports most of the new rules, although it is reviewing the policy on minimum income to sponsor spouse and partner. Like we know, there was a change regarding the salary threshold for spouse and partners. Now the Labour Party has put that on hold, and at the same time there are so many questions and answers as well in this video. So just in case you're curious on any category of visa you want to migrate to the UK with in 2025, this will sure answer all your questions. So please like and share this video with your friends and loved ones. I'm very sure it's going to help them. Now, as you can see, what were the 5 changes? Social care workers are no longer allowed to bring dependents, that is partner and children, on their visa. The baseline minimum salary to be sponsored for a skilled worker visa increased from 26,200 to 38,700, while the going rate minimum salary specific to each job also went up significantly. But bear in mind that not all jobs were increased, which I'm also going to further show you in this publication. A list of jobs for which it is possible to sponsor someone for a skilled worker visa at a reduced minimum salary was made shorter and renamed the immigration salary list, like we know. I also shared a video on this earlier this year. Now, the minimum income normally required for British citizens to sponsor a spouse partner visa rose from £18,600 to £29,000. I know, like I said, that this year has been a tough year for a lot of people, especially those who found love outside the UK. Imagine just increasing the salary from £18,600 to £29,000. Bearing in mind that a lot of people don't earn up to £29,000 per annum. So imagine if they find love outside the UK. But at the same time, there is a solution to this as we proceed. Now, an independent committee reviewed the graduate visa, a 2-year unsponsored work permit for overseas graduates of British universities, to check for possible abuse of the system. I also filmed a video about their findings. Did MPs vote on the changes? No revision of visa regulations is done through statements of changes to the immigration rules. Now, the government laid 2 statements before Parliament to implement these changes, one on the 19th of February 2024, care workers, dependents, and another on the 14th of March 2024, family and work visa income thresholds. Now, statements of changes take effect automatically unless either the House of Commons or House of Lords actively vote to annul them within 40 days. Usually, there is no vote, and the government is not obliged to make time for one in the Commons, even if MPs table motions against the changes. Now, why did the government decide to make these changes in 2024? As you can see, Conservative ministers felt that immigration is far too high. Net migration, number of immigrants minus the number of emigrants, has been at record level, estimated at 866,000 in 2023. Now we are even looking at 906,000, I think, from the recent review. International students, social care workers, and their immediate family members dependents were the main contributions to the recent increase in net migration, along with humanitarian visa schemes and people claiming asylum, like those who come to the UK through boats. Now, the changes announced in December 2023 followed restriction on student-dependent rules announced separately in May 2023 and enforced since the start of 2024. It was enforced on the 1st of January 2024. But bear in mind that if you had moved to the UK as a student before the new rules, then all of the things that governs the new rules does not have any effect on you and your family because you have been on this visa before now. The Home Office said that 300,000 of the people who moved to the UK in 2023 would not have been able to come had all those changes been in place then. Like, they wouldn't have been able to come. You can imagine the figure, 300,000 people. There are also some questions regarding these changes that the House of Commons have also answered in this 2024, which is one of the reasons why I am sharing this video, to also continuously remind you as you step into 2025. So you know the exact visa or maybe the exact route you want to move to the UK or not. Can both the applicants and the spouse's income be counted towards the 18,600 or 29,000 pounds? Like if you're a British citizen, or maybe you already have your indefinite leave to remain and you want to bring your spouse, you have to earn currently 29,000 pounds. Now the question here is, can they count both your income and your partner's income towards the 29,000? And this is what the House of Commons have said, as you can see on my screen. When applying for initial visa from outside the UK, only the sponsor's income can be counted towards the minimum income threshold. For extensions and permanent residents, both incomes count. That means if they are already in the UK, they can put their incomes together to get up to 29,000 pounds to be able to apply for a spouse visa. Now, people generally need to provide evidence of having earned that income for the past 6 months, although the exact rules are complicated. Even the House of Commons is also saying that the rules are complicated. So you can imagine. We like to say the UK government has been a bit confused this 2024, and hopefully we are hoping for a more straightforward government in 2025. I don't know. Leave your answer in the comment section. Let's see what you think about the UK government. Now, as you can see, there are also some options for people who do not earn the minimum income, allowing them to qualify for the visa by other means, such as by using savings above 16,000 pounds or in exceptional circumstances. So there is another option. You don't really have to earn that amount. You can also use your service if you had saved up to the required funds needed for you to be able to bring your partner. So this is another question for more clarity. Do savings still count towards a minimum income threshold? And the answer is yes. The basic rule is the same as before. Only savings above £16,000 divided by 2.5 count towards the threshold. Usually, people will add savings to the sponsor's income to get to the threshold, although they are also allowed to use only savings. A couple with no relevant earnings who are looking to meet the threshold entirely through savings now need a lump sum of 88,500. This is huge. With main income room, people generally need to have had the required amount of savings in their account for 6 months before applying. So they need to see this for 6 months before the job application. The next question as well, as you can see on my screen, will the Labour government change the spouse partner visa income threshold from 29,000? First statement that was published by the Conservative, they said this is going to change at the beginning of 2025. And this was said in 2023. Now, as you can see, Home Secretary says she will keep the threshold at £29,000 until the Migration Advisory Committee has reviewed the whole issue. I filmed a video about this, so it's not going to change anytime soon until they come back, I think sometime around June. Let me read further. The committee might recommend that the threshold go up, go down, which is what I know a lot of us are praying for, or stay the same. The Home Secretary does not have to accept the committee's recommendations, but it will be very influential. The committee has been asked to report in June 2025. Any changes are only likely to affect first-time applicants. So this is for those who are applying for the spouse visa for the first time. But now they're going to come back in June 2025, which is about 6 months from now, with their findings. So what about the higher salary threshold for the skilled worker visa? Do they apply to people? Do they apply to people who had their visa already? As you can see, the answer is no. The Minister for the Legal Migration announced in December 2023 that those already in the skilled work route and applications made before the rules change will not be subject to the new 38,700 salary threshold when they change employment, extend or settle. So if you have had this visa before the new rules, you don't have any issues. You still remain, even if your salary is not up to 38,700. Now, it's not only for those categories, which is why I'm sharing this. So just in case you're looking out for jobs in 2025, you should look out for jobs in these sectors. Now, the reverse immigration rules confirm that someone who had a skilled worker visa before 4th April 2024 and applies to extend it for settlement before 4th April 2030, which is about how many years from now? Almost 5 years from now, does not need to meet the threshold now in place for first-time applicants. Now, they only need to be paid whichever is the higher of £29,000 rather than 38,700. The lower going rate for that job rather than the standard going rate. Now, people applying for their first skilled worker visa after 4th April 2025 can still be paid less than the new salary thresholds in some circumstances. As you can see, this includes people at the start of their career. So for expect someone who is starting a new career to just wake up and start earning 38,700. Now, such as those aged under 26, of course, we know those aged under 26 may not be able to earn £38,700 for a start, or on a graduate visa. So we know what the graduate visa is. You don't just finish from school and you get a job that you will earn up to 38,000. You start, there's a process, you grow into your salary. You don't just get, but some people are lucky though. This is not to say people are not getting jobs with 40, 45, 50k after graduation. In this case, the government have said that if you're a graduate, you don't really need to earn up to £38,700 to be able to get a skilled worker visa. Now, there are also different salaries for NHS staff. I've filmed a video on this before. So if you're working in NHS, you don't really need to earn this amount to be qualified for a skilled worker visa. And education workers, based on national pay scales, social care workers are a special case and can be paid £23,200. So social care workers like senior carers, care workers. Once you're able to get a job with a company that can sponsor you to the UK and you earn £23,200. In the past, I think it was 20,400 thereabout. But now, once you're able to earn 23,200, you are qualified to apply for the health and care worker visa. So you don't necessarily have to earn up to £38,000. So these are the changes for this year. At the moment, no other changes have taken effect. So through 2024 January till 2024 December, this was published this December. They are not sitting again till January. So this is what it is at the moment. So if you're planning to move to the UK and you're not yet sure of the route you want to move to the UK with, this should guide you, and you start thinking, do I want to come as a student and get a job as a graduate and bring my family over? Or do I want to come as a care worker and get another job and bring, there are so many things you have to be thinking right now. But so we've actually come to the end of today's video, and I hope you find this video helpful. And if you do find this video helpful, please do like and share with your friends and loved ones. And also do subscribe if you're yet to join our beautiful family. And until I see you in my next video, guys, do take care and have a lovely day. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye for now.